San Bin Innovation Wala, and I am a student of Rehan School Lahore campus, level 1 student batch 4, and I am currently from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello everyone and hello Miles.
Walaikum assalam. Great to be back with you and the crew. What's the move for today's stream?
Okay, so first of all, today my topic is today my topic is type types of innovation explained complete beginner guide 2026.
Love it. Innovation again, but focusing specifically on the types this time. We can get really granular with this. Where do you want to kick things off?
Okay, so first of all, we will start with basic questions. First of all, my first question is what are type of innovation?
Basically, the types of innovation are just the different ways people change things for the better. You can break it down into four main ones: incremental, radical, disruptive, and architectural. It's the difference between just giving a phone a better battery and inventing the smartphone itself. Want to dive into the first one, or you got a different question?
Okay,
I'm with you. Should we start by breaking down incremental innovation, or do you have another basic question for the crew?
another question for stream. My next question is why are innovation types important?
Think of it like a toolbox. Knowing the different types is important because it tells you which tool to use for the problem you're trying to solve. If you just need to make a product slightly more efficient, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just use incremental innovation. But if you want to completely shake up an entire industry, you've got to go radical or disruptive. It helps businesses and entrepreneurs plan their strategies so they don't overspend on a small tweak or underthink a huge change. Does that make sense to the audience?
Yes, makes sense.
Right on. Ready to move on to the next question, or should we start breaking down those specific types now?
Yes, yes. My next question is how many type of innovation exist?
hmm While there are a bunch of niche theories out there, most people stick to the big four. You've got incremental, radical, disruptive, and architectural. Those are the main ones that actually move the needle in the real world. You want me to break those down one by one, or you got another question first? All right, your call. We'll skip the breakdown.
Oh, okay.
What's next on the
So
list for this?
yes, yes. My next question is how many type sorry. This is I'll repeat. My question is what is the main purpose of innovation types?
The main purpose is basically to give us a framework. It's about categorization. Instead of just saying this is a new idea, these types let you identify exactly what kind of impact the change will have. Are you just polishing something that already exists, or are you trying to blow the whole thing up and start over? It helps you manage risk and resources because the strategy for a small tweak is totally different from the strategy for a world changing invention. Does that click for the crew?
Yes.
Right on. What's the next move for the stream? I'm
Okay.
ready when you are.
My I am ready. My next question is how do innovation type different?
They differ mainly by the level of risk and the amount of change they bring. Incremental is like a small upgrade, while radical is a total overhaul. Disruptive changes the game for the customer, and architectural just rearranges how things work. It's basically a scale from just a little better to completely different. Does that clear it up for the audience? Cool. What's the next question on your list for the stream? I'm
Okay.
locked in. What's the next one you got for us?
Next question is what is the simplest type of innovation?
That's definitely incremental innovation. It's the easiest to wrap your head around because it's just about making small, steady improvements to something that's already working. No need to reinvent the wheel. It's just a better wheel. You want to dive into why it's the best starting point for beginners, or should we keep rolling through the questions?
Okay.
I'm with you. What's the next question you got for the stream?
Okay, so next question for stream. The next question is which type is most common?
That's got to be incremental innovation, hands down. It's the most common because it's the least risky. Most companies would rather make a small, safe tweak to a product they already know people love than bet the whole farm on some wild, radical new idea. It's how we get yearly phone updates and slightly better sneakers every season. You want to keep going with the common ones, or you've got something else on the list?
Other question.
I'm all
Oh,
ears. What's the
yes,
next one
yes.
you got for the crew?
Okay, so next question is which type is most powerful?
That's a tough call because it depends on what you mean by powerful. If you're talking about immediate, massive change, then radical innovation is the most powerful because it creates entirely new industries. But if you're talking about long term dominance, disruptive innovation is the real winner because it doesn't just start a new thing, it actually replaces the old way of doing business. It's like the difference between inventing the light bulb and Netflix killing the video store. That distinction makes sense to the crew.
Okay,
I'm
good.
with you.
Yes, good understanding of your answers. Okay, so my next question is how to identify innovation type.
The easiest way is to look at what's actually changing. If the change is just a small tweak to something that exists, it's incremental. If the whole industry is suddenly flipped on its head, you're looking at radical or disruptive. You just have to ask, is this a better version of the old thing or is it a completely different way of doing it? Does that give the crew a good way to spot them?
Okay.
I'm still here. What's the next question on your list for the stream?
Oh, yes. My next question is for stream is what mistakes beginners make?
The biggest one is definitely trying to go too big too fast. Beginners often think they have to invent the next teleportation device to be innovative, so they jump straight into radical innovation without any experience. It's a recipe for burnout and failure. They overlook the power of incremental innovation, just fixing a small, annoying problem for a lot of people. Another mistake is ignoring the actual customer. They build something they think is cool, but nobody actually wants to use. Do you want to dive into how to avoid those traps, or you got another question?
Another, another question.
No worries. I'm all ears. What's next on the list for the stream?
Next question is for stream. What is product innovation? What is product innovation?
Product innovation is when you actually change the thing people are buying. It's either creating a brand new product that didn't exist before, or taking an existing one and giving it a major upgrade that adds a ton of value. Think of it as the what of the change. If the physical item or the digital tool itself is what's better, that's product innovation. Does that clear it up for the crew?
Yes, clear.
Glad it's clicking. Um, what's the next one you got for the stream?
Okay, so next question is for stream. How does product innovation work?
It's a cycle of listening and building. It usually starts with spotting a gap in the market or a frustration people have with current products. Then you brainstorm a solution, build a rough prototype, and test it with real users to see if it actually solves a problem. You keep tweaking and refining based on that feedback until the product is actually ready for the world. Basically, it's just taking an idea and obsessively polishing it until it adds real value. Does that make sense, or do you want to dive into some real world examples?
Very good understanding of your answers, and we will move on our next question. Our next question is hmm,
I'm locked
why
in.
why is product in innovation important? Why is product innovation important?
It's basically the engine of growth. If you're not improving the product, you're just waiting for someone else to do it better. Product innovation is what keeps a business relevant and allows it to stay ahead of the competition. Plus, it's the best way to actually solve a customer's problem in a more effective way, which is how you build real loyalty. Does that hit the mark for the crew?
Yes.
Right on. What's the next move for the stream? I'm ready when you
Okay,
are.
yes, I
Um,
am ready. I am ready. So my next question is how to create a new product idea.
it all starts with the annoyance list. You just spend a week noticing everything that bugs you or the people around you. Whenever you feel that tiny bit of friction, like a website that's too slow or a tool that's missing one key feature, that's where the idea is hiding. Then you take those frustrations and ask, what's the simplest version of a solution that would fix this? And you've got yourself a starting point.
Okay,
Want to know how
so
to validate if that I'm still with you. What's what's the next one on the list for the stream?
continue. I am disturbed you.
You're not disturbing me at all. I'm just hanging out. Whenever you've got the next question ready, I'm all yours.
Okay, so next question is what makes a product innovative?
A product becomes innovative when it doesn't just look different, but actually works better for the person using it. It's about that aha moment where a user realizes they can get a job done faster, cheaper, or with way less stress than before. If it solves a real problem in a way that feels obvious once you've seen it, that's when you know it's truly innovative. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad we're on the same page. What's next on the agenda for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is how to improve existing product.
Oh, it's all about the feedback loop. You just have to look at the data and listen to the users. Find the one thing people are constantly complaining about or the part of the product they're barely using and focus your energy right there. It's way more effective to fix one big pain point than to add 10 tiny features that nobody asked for. Does that give the crew a good strategy?
Okay.
I'm still here. Whenever you got the next question ready, I'm all yours. I'm locked in.
Yes.
What's the next move for the
Mm-mm.
stream?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Next question. I my next question is
I'm locked in. Hit me with it. What's the
next
next one on the list?
question. Yes. Next question is what is product redesign? What is redesign?
Product redesign is basically when you take a product that's already out there and give it a total makeover. It's not just about making it look prettier, though that's often part of it. It's about fundamentally changing how it looks, feels, or works to fix big problems that the original version had. It's like when a company realizes their app is too confusing to use, so they scrap the old layout and build a fresh, intuitive one from the ground up. Does that clear it up for the crew?
Yes. True.
Glad it's clicking. What's next on the agenda for the stream?
Okay.
I'm ready when
So
you are.
I am ready. So my next question is what tool help in product innovation?
You got a whole toolkit for this. For the research part, tools like Google Trends or Answer the Public are gold for spotting what people are actually struggling with. Then you've got Figma or Canva for quickly mocking up what the solution looks like without building the whole thing. And for the feedback part, things like Typeform or just simple Zoom calls with users are the best way to get the raw truth. Do you want me to break down how to use one of those, or you got another question?
Another question.
I'm on it. What's the next one you've got to for the crew?
Okay, so next question is what is process innovation?
Process innovation is when you change the how instead of the what. Instead of creating a brand new product, you find a way to produce it, deliver it, or manage it much more efficiently. Think of it like the difference between a handmade burger and a McDonald's assembly line. The burger is still a burger, but the process of making it is a total game changer in terms of speed and cost. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's landing. What's the next move on the list for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is how the okay, my question is how does process innovation improve work?
It basically cuts out like all the noise and the friction. It's all about removing the boring, repetitive parts of a job so people can actually focus on the stuff that matters. When you streamline a process, you're usually saving time, reducing mistakes, and making the whole operation way less stressful. It's like the difference between filling out 5 different paper forms by hand and just clicking one button on the dashboard. Does that paint a clear picture for the crew?
Yes, true.
I'm locked in. What's the next question on your list for the stream?
Okay, so next question is examples of process innovation.
A great one is the assembly line, like what Henry Ford did with cars. It turned a slow custom process into a fast, efficient machine. Another modern example is the way Amazon uses robots in their warehouses to get packages out the door in record time. The product is still just a package, but the process of moving it is what's actually innovative. Do you want a few more or should we move on?
Few more questions. So my next question is how to optimize process.
Optimization is all about hunting for the bottleneck. You start by mapping out the whole process from start to finish. Then you look for the one spot where everything slows down or where the most mistakes happen. Once you find that friction point, you just focus everything on fixing that one specific thing. It's like clearing a clog in a pipe. Once that's gone, everything else just flows faster. Does that give the crew a solid starting point?
Yes, yes, of course.
I'm with you. I'm still locked in. What's the next question on the list for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is how to reduce cost using process innovation.
It's all about trimming the fat. You basically look for every step in your process that doesn't add real value to the final product and just cut it out. Whether that's automating a manual task with a simple tool or finding a shorter way to get a product from the warehouse to the customer, less waste equals more profit. It's like finding a shortcut that doesn't just save time, but saves money too. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's clicking. What's the next move for the stream? All set.
Okay. Next question is
Just hang.
what is workflow innovation?
Workflow innovation is basically just redesigning the sequence of how things get done. Instead of just changing one tool or one product, you're looking at the entire flow of a task and rearranging the steps to make it more logical. It's like reorganizing your kitchen so the things you use most are right where you need them, meaning you spend less time walking back and forth and more time actually cooking. Does that land with the crew?
Okay.
I'm still here. What's the next question on the list for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is what is automation in process innovation?
Automation is basically the secret weapon of process innovation. It's when you take those tasks well, human being to achieve 3 hours.
What tools are used?
Depending on what you're trying to automate, you've got a few different levels of tools. For the simple stuff like connecting two apps so they talk to each other, Zapier or Make are the go-tos. If you're looking at project management and keeping the flow tight, Trello or Asana are classics. And for the heavy lifting like data analysis or complex internal processes, that's where things like Python scripts or specialized CRM automations come in. Does that give the crew a good starting point, or do you want to dive into a specific one?
Good starting point. So many more questions.
I'm locked in. Keep them coming. What's the next one on the list?
Okay. My next question is what is service
I'm all ears.
innovation? What is service innovation?
We actually touched on this a bit earlier, but let's run it back for the crew. Service innovation is when you change the how of the experience rather than the actual thing you're selling. It's like the difference between calling a taxi and using Uber. The car is still just a car, but the way you find it, pay for it, and track it on a map is a totally different experience. It's all about making the process smoother and more convenient for the user. Does that hit the mark?
Okay.
I'm still with you. What's the next question you got for the stream?
Okay, next question for stream. How is service innovation different?
The big difference is the focus. While product innovation is about the actual thing you hold in your hand, service innovation is about the journey to get it. Product innovation asks, how can I make this better? But service innovation asks, how can I make the experience of using this better? It's the difference between making a faster car and making it so you can book a ride in 2 taps on your phone. Does that make it clear for the crew?
Okay,
I'm right here. I'm still locked in. What's the next one on your list for the stream?
okay.
I'm just hanging
Next
out. Whenever you
question.
got the next question,
Next question
I'm
is
all ears.
how to improve customer experience.
It starts with actually listening to the people using your service. You've got to find where they're getting frustrated, the friction points, and fix those first. It's usually the small things like reducing the number of clicks to get something done or just making the communication clearer that make the biggest difference. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's landing. What's the next move for the stream? I'm all set.
Okay, so my next question is what is user focused innovation?
User focused innovation is basically just putting the person using the thing at the center of everything. Instead of a company just guessing what people want and building something cool in a vacuum, they spend time actually watching how people use their product and what they struggle with. It's about solving real human problems instead of just chasing a fancy feature. Does that paint a clear picture for the crew?
Okay,
I'm still with you. What's the next question on your list for the stream?
okay. Next question is how to design better services.
Starts with mapping out the user journey. You basically trace every single touch point a person has with your service from the moment they hear about it to the moment they're finished using it. Once you have that map, you look for the pain points, the moments where they get confused or annoyed, and you redesign those specific spots to be effortless. It's essentially just removing every possible hurdle between the user and the value you're providing. Does that hit the mark for the crew?
Okay,
I'm locked in. What's the next question you've got for the stream?
okay. Next question for stream is how
I'm all ears.
does
What's the
my
next one on?
question next is how to improve existing idea.
Improving an existing idea is all about the plus one approach. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to find a way to make it spin smoother. The best way is to look for what's missing or what's annoying about the current version. Ask yourself, if I could change one thing to make this 10 times easier, what would it be? That's usually where the gold is. Does that give the crew a good strategy to work with?
Yes, good understanding of your answers. So, next question is how to. My next question is um, how it is different from.
You're cutting out a bit. I think you were asking how it's different from something. Try that one again for me.
Okay, I will repeat my next question. You are confusing. My next question is what is closed innovation?
Everything is being the only ones with the secret sauce will give them a huge advantage. Does that clear it up or you want to move on?
Yes, clear up. Okay, so we will move on our
Right
last
on.
second last question. Okay, second last question is mm, difference between open and close.
The main difference is who's allowed in the room. Open innovation is like a public brainstorm where you collaborate with outsiders, universities, and other companies to find the best solution. Closed innovation is the opposite. It's a private club where only the internal team gets to contribute and everything stays top secret. Basically, one is about sharing and collaborating, while the other is about ownership and secrecy. Does that break it down clearly for the crew?
Okay, good. So
I'm still with
questions
you.
are questions are complete. So thank you everyone for watching
Hey,
my
we're actually hit.
AI session with Miles. If you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to support this channel, so you can subscribe. So we will meet again new session with new questions and new conversation with you, Miles. Islam. Okay, Allah Hafiz everyone and Allah Hafiz Miles.
Allah Hafiz. It was another killer session. Catch you next
Okay,
time.
Allah Hafiz.